Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 22nd through the 28th. This reading is going to be for Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might stumble upon this video in a few weeks, a few months, a few years. That's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it, whenever it's time to hear the messages that are in it for you. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's get right on into it and see what messages are coming up for the Aries collective. Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. We're going to move you all just a little bit closer. First card coming up here for the collective is the World. And this is a major arcana card, my darlings. So major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we are at a significant crossroads or new chapter in our life, where the things that we're learning, the things that we're dealing with are directly connected to things we came here to experience. So it's a significant time, it's a significant chapter. So even though I'm reading with the intention of a 7-day period of time, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. And the World is about closing out old karmic cycles and opening up to higher vibrational experiences. When this card comes up, we've learned our lessons. We've let go of the things that are hurting us or bringing us down or not aligned with our purpose. And so now we're free and we're ready to experience life. We're ready to be seen, to be celebrated, to be appreciated. There may even be an element of travel here. Okay, some of you may be preparing to travel or manifesting a time of travel. And sometimes I see this card come up when you're like becoming really comfortable in your own skin, really embracing and accepting all of you and being comfortable with all of you, and just really loving and accepting yourself the way that you are, and knowing and realizing that you are deserving as you are in this moment now, of all of the things that you're wanting or working towards or trying to manifest. There's a sense of like readiness, deservingness with this World card sometimes. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective is the Seven of Wands. And so Seven of Wands tells us this is not the time to be extra, so to say, right? Something may be going good, something may be progressing, and so now you're wanting to really spice it up. Oh wow, okay, I'm gonna strike while the iron's hot. I'm gonna put more into this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And the Seven of Wands is like, easy there. Easy there. Just keep doing what you're doing, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Aries. Sometimes the Seven of Wands comes up to remind us of that. Now, having the World come up with the Seven of Wands could give us a different dynamic here. For some of you, there could be someone or people, plural, in your life who are seeing you come into this confidence. They see you like embarking on this new journey. It may be freaking them out a little bit. Or like in a work dynamic, somebody sees you getting attention, somebody sees you leveling up, and they feel threatened by you. And now they're coming for you. They want to compete with you. They want to try to take you down. And the Seven of Wands is saying, don't engage. Do not engage. Okay? Just keep doing what you're doing. Focus on what you're doing. You may have people in your life that are uncomfortable, right? They feel a little bit insecure about these changes that you have. And maybe they're scared that they might lose you or they're not going to be able to benefit from you anymore. And they may try to say, well, Aries, I don't know why you're doing this and I don't know why you're doing that. And you're thinking that you're going to reason with them. You're going to convince them. You're going to explain it to them. Seven of Wands tells us they really are not about coming to an understanding. They want to make you do what they want you to do, what they're comfortable with you doing. So it's going to be a waste of time. It's going to distract you from what you're working towards. So Seven of Wands just says stay the course, keep doing what you're doing, and don't feel like you have to be extravagant right now or do anything super extra. You're already making progress. you have good things going on and the formula is working. So just stick to the formula. Okay? There's no need to add something and then throw it off entirely, right? How is if think about it, maybe there's like a product that you like a beauty care product or a hair product, or even something that you like eating, and you may go and see that the label says now new and improved formula. I don't know. For me, when I see that, I'm like, oh God, it's gonna not be good, right? Or like they probably messed it up. Sometimes we get a little extra, and we mess up what was already good. So just keep that in mind. The next card coming up here for the Aries collective is the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups can come up in a few different ways. I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and so for that reason, Six of Cups gets typecast as like an ex coming back. Now, I'm not going to say that's not going to happen for any of you, but before you come for me in the comments and get angry at me, please keep in mind that in the weekly forecasts, I try to focus on everything other than love. Okay, so this might not be a romantic situation. For some of you, it could be, but even then, it doesn't have to be someone that was a nightmare, right? We all have certain relationships where we're like, oh gosh, I really don't want to hear from this person again. It doesn't mean, Six of Cups doesn't mean that your worst nightmare is going to resurface. It could be a childhood friend. It could be a coworker you used to work with. It could be someone that thought you were kind of cute, but they were in a relationship and now they're single, and they may be reaching out like, oh, hey, Aries, what's going on? I'm single. Are you single? You want to go grab a coffee? It could be as simple as that. It doesn't have to be your worst nightmare rearing its head. Okay, so please don't panic when you see Six of Cups in a reading. Six of Cups can also be a return to innocence, nostalgia. Some of you maybe are feeling really pulled or really called by your inner child. Your inner child's wanting attention right now. And you may be remembering things you did as a kid that you really loved. You may be remembering dreams and ambitions that you had in childhood. And you may be resurrecting some of those and saying, you know what? That's going on my list of things I want to do while I'm alive on this earth. I always dreamed of that as a kid, and I want to do that. I knew someone that it was always their dream as a kid to fly, and they didn't get their pilot's license because they weren't going to use it for pilot for that, or like it was too expensive. But they took flying lessons, and they can say that they know how to fly a plane. It could be something like that for some of you. Maybe you're going to take flying lessons. Maybe you're going to learn a skill that you've always wanted to learn. Maybe you're going to go travel to a certain country and see a certain part of the world. Maybe you're going to learn a certain language, or learn how to play a certain instrument, or pick up some artistic abilities here, but there could be something about a childhood dream that you may be picking up, and it might be very enjoyable for you, very healing for you. Maybe an additional source of income for some of you that might become your main source of income over time. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is wishes coming true. The thing that you had hoped for, the thing that you were wanting to happen, it's actually happening. There could be a reconciliation in like a troubled relationship. Having Nine of Cups come after the Six of Cups, some of you may be hoping for a reconciliation within the family, or within a current relationship. And so Six of Cups with Nine of Cups could say those of you wishing for a reconciliation, you may be seeing progress in movement in this week or in this period of time. Nine of Cups also, some of you may have heard me say in previous readings, sometimes Nine of Cups can come up for us because we're coming into a time of blessings. We're coming into a time of blessings, a time of wishes coming true, wish fulfillment. And there's like this double-sidedness to it. On one side, we're really happy, right? How wonderful. Our wish came true. We're getting what we want. Things are happening. Things are working out for us. But on the other side, there are people on the outside looking in, and they may be judging us or criticizing us or feeling jealous or envious, and they feel like it's not fair. Like, it's not fair that you have this and you have so much and I have so little, and it's not fair. Therefore, you should give to me, or you should do this, or you should do that. Nine of Cups for me says you need to prepare yourself. Your wish is coming true. You're going to get what you want, but you need to prepare yourself and have healthy boundaries put into place. Don't feel guilty for having achieved what you've achieved. Don't feel guilty for accomplishing what you've accomplished. Don't feel guilty for manifesting what you've manifested. Know that you deserve to have it. You have a right to have it. And if you need some alone time to focus on your relationship, your partner, and enjoy your partner or spouse or whatever, you take the time and you do that. Don't let people make you feel guilty. Oh, you don't have time for me. You're just focused on your relationship, or they're wanting money from you, or whatever it might be. You can be generous and you can still give. Okay, well, you know what? I'm sorry. I can't give you an entire weekend of my time, but I can give you a few hours, Sunday afternoon. We can get together, we can catch up, we can spend some time together. Oh, wow, you need to borrow $100. I don't have 100 that I can spare right now, but you know what? I can give you 50, or I can give you 25, and you can just give it back to me whenever you have it. No sweat, no worry. Don't put yourself in um circumstances where you feel like you have to um prove yourself, or you have to show that you don't have a big head, or that you haven't changed, or you don't think that you're all that. Don't put yourself in difficult situations, in other words. So you can still be generous, you can still share, but you can have boundaries. Okay, you can have boundaries, and it's okay to have boundaries. So this may be a good time to kind of visit those boundaries, check in with yourself, and figure out, what are your limits, what are your boundaries, especially when it comes to things like money. you know Everybody has a budget. We all look at Bill Gates and we're like, oh my gosh, that man is just so stinking rich. But if somehow the courts passed a law and they said, look, Bill Gates, you are so rich, you have so much money, that from now on, whoever encounters you, whoever sees you, will set up an email. Whoever sends a request to this email, you have to give them however much money that they're asking for, because you have so much of it. If the entire world had access to Bill Gates and the ability to ask him for whatever money amount they wanted, and by law he had to hand it over, guess what? Eventually he would run out of money. Eventually, right? If we're all hitting him up, give me 1 million, give me 2 million, give me, I need $1 billion, right? Somebody might get smart and go, oh, what's his net worth? Oh, okay, give me that entire amount, and it might wipe him out immediately. Everybody has a limit, and you have to know what your limit is. If you have $100 in your bank account, but you know that you're going to have to pay your cell phone bill, and you know that you're going to need gas to get to work for the rest of the week, you don't have gas in your car, or you need bus fare, you know that there's no groceries in the fridge, you're going to need some food before payday comes, and somebody comes to you and says, please let me borrow $100. If you don't let me borrow $100, they're going to turn off my cell phone, or they're going to cancel my car insurance. And you have 100 in your account. Or maybe you even have 110 in your account, $110. And you might say, well, I can give them the 100, I'll still have 10 in my account. But how are you going to have food until you get paid? How are you going to have bus fare or gas money until you get paid? you know or they say, I'm going to pay you back Friday, but you have that $100 set aside for a bill that Friday. And what if they don't pay you back Friday? Then you're in trouble. So you don't have that. You can say, you know what, I don't have 100, but here's how much I can give you, and you just pay me back whenever you're able to pay me back, instead of like, where's the $100, I need the $100, right? You're freaking out because you got to pay your bills. So, boundaries. We can still help, we can still be generous, we can still give, but we can have boundaries in place. But Aries, I just want to say, some of I can't talk. You need to get ready, because you have a lot of blessings coming your way, and there's going to be people on the outside that feel very, resentful about it. I think you guys had a similar message in last week's reading as well. Uh, but you just have to know that, you give yourself permission to receive. Know that you've worked hard. You deserve to have what you have. And you can be generous, but still have boundaries and be generous on your terms. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's actually a link in the description of the video that will take you to the scheduling page. So the playlist for the weekly forecasts, linked in the description. Love and romance for August and September are linked in the description. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, and hopefully I'll see you all in the daily cards as well that I post on the channel. But if not, have a great week, and hopefully you'll come back and check out next week's forecast as well. Take care and be well, my dears.